Happy New Year's 2025. Welcome to Manchester United News Update. Subscribe for more Manchester United news, match previews, and transfer updates. Man United transfer news. Star agrees exit as Ruben Amorim registers interest in free agent. Manchester United are set to have a difficult January transfer window with sales required before they can conduct any business for Ruben Amorim in a bid to improve performances. The January transfer window is open and Manchester United have plenty of work to do. The Red Devils are languishing in the bottom half of the table and Ruben Amorim needs to find answers to turn around the club's fortunes. United's summer signings have so far offered few positive results and it may be difficult to fare better this month. Amorim has already acknowledged that business will prove difficult. "We don't have that possibility in January," Amorim said. "You know the situation better than I do. It's not the case I am not arriving here and I can spend a lot of money changing all the team. You know the situation, so it's not a point to talk about it. Sales will be required to facilitate incoming moves." Mirror Football takes a look at the latest transfer rumors surrounding Old Trafford. Casemiro agrees exit. Casemiro is open to leaving United with 6 teams chasing his signatures. According to Brazilian outlet UOL, Saudi sides Al Hilal, Al Nassr, Al Ittihad, Al Ahly, Al Ettifaq, and Al Qadisiyah are all contenders for the Brazilian signature. Each side has maxed out their quota of foreign players and would thus need to make an adjustment. The report suggests there are no major obstacles blocking his exit, with Al Nassr said to be especially keen on the move to reunite him with ex-Real Madrid teammate Cristiano Ronaldo. Offer almost certain. An offer for Joshua Zirkzee from Juventus is almost certain, per reports from Italy. La Repubblica report Zirkzee has digested his first half substitution against Newcastle and now plans to leave United in January. Juve are said to be keen to reunite the Dutchman with ex-Bologna boss Thiago Motta. The Serie A side are interested in a loan deal with an option to sign the player permanently tied to conditions such as qualification for the Champions League. United would prefer a boost to their finances, but Juventus are set to test the Premier League strugglers. United interested in free agent possibility. Manchester United have revived their interest in Barcelona star Dani Olmo, per Mundo Deportivo, but it appears highly unlikely the player will be on the move. Olmo's future in Catalonia is uncertain, with the possibility he is released from his contract with Barcelona blocked from registering their summer signing for the second half of the season due to financial issues. However, the winger's agent insists his client will not be moving away and isn't entertaining any potential offers. Manchester United have some obvious sales to make in January, and some not so obvious ones. Man United need to sell to raise funds to strengthen Ruben Amorim's squad, and that means they will have to consider offers for almost every player in the squad. The January sales are almost here, and at Old Trafford, everything is available. Discounts vary from item to item, but a good offer could land you pretty much any Manchester United player you want. This club needs to sell to buy, but desperately needs to buy to start filling round holes with round pegs for Ruben Amorim. Unfortunately for United, none of their players have been putting themselves in the shop window of late. The word from the club is that there is no money in January. A couple of loans might be achievable, but if there is to be any serious strengthening of a squad that is beginning to flirt with a relegation battle, then sales will be required. United need a market to develop for some players. Some are obvious sales, which is part of the problem. Marcus Rashford was back in the squad against Newcastle but not back on the pitch when his team was chasing the game. An exit next month would suit all parties, and as an academy player, United would be banking pure profit. The issue will be Rashford's £325,000 a week wages. Then there is Joshua Zirkzee, who hasn't looked up to the task so far and endured the unfair humiliation of being booed off by his own supporters on Monday. There might still be some interest in him back in Italy, but it might be a loan rather than a sale, and United have yet to amortize any of his £36.5 million fee. Getting Casemiro's salary off the wage bill would be a bonus, even if bringing in much of a fee for a 32-year-old well past his best will be a struggle. The stick Zirkzee got from Old Trafford on Monday meant the Brazilian escaped scrutiny for an awful first-half performance. Victor Lindelof and Christian Eriksen are both expected to leave on free transfers when their contracts expire in the summer, while Harry Maguire has only 6 months remaining on his deal, so has no value. United could take the 1-year option to keep him until 2026. The question will be how much United can raise from selling players they are willing to sell. After that, there might be pressure to accept an offer for someone they don't want to let go. Real Madrid's interest in Diogo Dalot is a likely smokescreen ahead of their free transfer move for Trent Alexander-Arnold. But given how uncomfortable he has looked at wingback, a deal would probably be welcomed at this stage. The same is probably true of Alejandro Garnacho. The 20-year-old was one of a handful of untouchables in the summer, but Amorim banished him from the squad for the derby and hasn't started a game since. When he does come on, he looks ill-suited to the system. Garnacho is a winger who is now left without a role. There is an undoubted talent there, as 8 goals and 4 assists this season have shown. But if United. Transfer News Live. Zirkzee offered way out of Man United. Liverpool reject Real Madrid approach for Alexander-Arnold. The winter window begins with sides at both ends of the Premier League table looking to strengthen as they battle for survival, European football, and even the title. The winter transfer window begins on January 1st, with clubs across the continent eyeing deals as they look to strengthen in the hunt for titles, European football, and survival. As always, there will be plenty of eyes on the Premier League as the country's top sides try and find value in an often difficult market, with Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City all tipped to make signings. There could be high-profile departures too, with Marcus Rashford reportedly looking for a way out of Manchester United, while Trent Alexander-Arnold is free to negotiate with other clubs with just 6 months remaining on his current Liverpool deal. And across the rest of the league, teams will juggle PSR regulations and tight budgets as they look to find cut-price deals to help their bids for a successful end to the 2024-25 season. Jadon Sancho, Nikola Milinkovic, and the best and worst Premier League 24-25 transfers so far. We're nearly halfway through the 2024-25 Premier League season and the storylines are developing nicely at the top and bottom of the table. Although, depending on your perspective or your team, they may not all be positive ones. What is certain is that a handful of clubs will be hoping to improve their fortunes and their squads in January by delving into the market. And some might need to fare rather better in winter than they appear to have done in the summer with regards to transfers. Here are the best and worst signings of the season so far, as picked by the Independent Sports Desk. Barcelona keen on Thomas Partey, but only on a free. Thomas Partey is one of the Arsenal players currently set to see their contracts expire at the end of the season, and despite being a regular starter, he has so far not been offered a new deal. Mundo Deportivo say Barcelona are keen to sign the former Atletico Madrid midfielder, but they will only move for him on a free transfer rather than pay in January. Partey would be a replacement for Frenkie de Jong if they can offload him, and the Ghana international is free to talk to overseas clubs in January. Marcus Rashford, Martin Zubimendi, and 6 more players who could be on the move this January. The winter transfer window begins on January 1st, with clubs across Europe looking for value in a difficult market this month. Injury crises, title challenges, and relegation battles will force plenty of clubs into the market in early 2025. With plenty of eyes on the Premier League as clubs such as Arsenal and Manchester City look primed to make signings. Some high-profile players could be leaving England too this winter, with Marcus Rashford and Trent Alexander-Arnold being tipped to negotiate moves away from their clubs. Goalscorer, wing-back, Rashford replacement. What Manchester United need in January transfer window. The January transfer window is almost upon us, and Man United are in desperate need of reinforcements as they try and climb towards the top half of the table. The transfer window opens on New Year's Day, and Manchester United are going to need to be active as they try and rescue a season threatening to spiral out of control. United have lost 5 of their last 6 Premier League matches and are down in 14th in the table, with European qualification looking unlikely and a relegation battle not out of the question. United's ability to do much business in January will be compromised by their dire financial position and concerns around meeting the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR. But Ruben Amorim will be desperate for reinforcements to suit his system. There could also be leeway to do business if Marcus Rashford departs, with the academy graduate on the market having been axed from the first-team squad by Amorim. This is what our writers think United's priority for January should be. Samuel Luckhurst. Some of United's most high-profile buys have been in January. Juan Mata for a then-club record fee, Alexis Sanchez for club record wages, and Bruno Fernandes, the club's best signing since Robin van Persie. United have signed several strikers in January windows and need another. Louis Saha, Henrik Larsson, Odion Igalo, and Wout Weghorst were all mid-season arrivals. Saha was the only permanent addition and the only one who was any good, so that highlights how tricky loaning a striker in is. The three loanees were essentially support strikers. Realistically, United cannot do much on the wing. Nobody is going to take Tyrell Malacia off their hands after a 550-day absence and 3 halftime substitutions in 4 starts. They have to look to within for some solutions. Rashford has done them a favor by going public with his desire to leave. If or when he goes, someone has to replace him. It seems too much to ask of United to arrange the end of Victor Osimhen's loan to Galatasaray, so they can have him and compensate the Turkish club with Rashford. Tyrone Marshall. United clearly need more goals in this team, but it's hard to see how that can be achieved in a notoriously difficult window. A striker has to be the priority in the summer. Instead, the focus in January should be on trying to find a wingback that can at least offer some natural width and attacking adventure to the team. The combination of Diogo Dalot and Noussair Mazraoui is too defensive. Amad is an option on the right, even if that takes him away from a number 10 role, and with Luke Shaw still injured and Malacia yet to hit his stride on the comeback trail, the ideal solution in this window would be to sign an attacking, left-footed left wing-back, allowing Amorim to start fitting players more naturally into his system.